welcome to Content Breaker. He's Guy, I'm Kelz. We're joined by Strangely Entertaining, and of course, as always, Craig. Big shout out to Craig. This week, we're back to a fan favorite. It's Fate, the Winx Saga Season 2. Gentlemen, how are we?
Wishing this had been Origami Season 3, but I'm okay, I guess.
And, I'm not quite sure where this falls on the entirety of the Fate timeline. Like, they don't even have any reoccurring characters. Like, I don't
where's
know who
Saber
these people
at,
are. Yeah, where's Saber? I don't
understand.
gosh.
My girl heard me talking about this, like, because we watched it when it came out in preparation. It was like 3 weeks ago. And so when I told her what I was doing today, I was like, Fate, the Winx Saga. She was like, it's a fucking crossover? What?
It would have been so much better if it was.
Could you imagine?
It couldn't be worse. So I could imagine. Like, it literally could not have been worse. Like,
no. So here's how it would go, right? So you'd have like Saber and Emiya and everybody would all go enroll in this high school for fairies or whatever, and then like they do this whole transformation thing and it lasts for like 2 seconds and then it's over with. Perfect. A+.
You know what? I think that's the thing I like most about, the Fate anime series is that we do kind of insinuate like a high school drama bullshit. But we don't spend any time in it. We don't waste any time with that. We're just like, here's a high school scene and this is why it's problematic. We're not trying to play it slice of life here. Unlike Fate, the Winx Saga Season 2.
Yeah, which is like, I don't know how you managed to be worse than the first, but you are. So shout out for that. Like, it was the police academy for me. And like the whole, I know she did it. I know she was the one that caused all the problems. Except she wasn't.
What?
But then
The headmaster.
Oh yeah, okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
did I watch the wrong season 2?
Well, you open with Police Academy, and I'm like,
oh no, like
where's the sound effect guy?
Well, no, the academy is being policed. Like,
Okay.
like
yeah. It's
freaking-
now a police state
Yes.
in the academy. Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
and it's
No,
like,
I was
yeah,
like, wait, who are these characters again?
I forgot.
I guess I remember. Yeah, okay. Silva.
I had to watch a recap season 1.
Sure.
So let's talk a little bit of production bullshit. So Netflix renewed this for season 2 a month and a half after the first season released. They were like, "Oh, we're content with the numbers. Let's greenlight another 7 episodes, excuse me."
Listen,
And then it took about 18 months between that now to get released.
You know what gives me hope though?
What?
Since Netflix greenlit this and a bunch of other shows that are just trash, the fact that Netflix is getting the Black Clover movie makes me so hopeful that we're getting the rest of Black Clover animated. Like, I'll suffer Netflix jail if I get it. I don't care, man. I'll sell my soul.
I mean, I gotta say, I don't think that's somehow beneficial to like the success of the continuation of Black Clover, because we got, oh my god, Netflix got Stone Ocean, JoJo's Part 6, Stone Ocean with Jolie,
Yeah.
and we are in this weird nebulous world where we're getting more consistent release than we did with Seven Deadly Sins. But still, it's like 12 episodes here and 12 episodes there. It's like, just give it to me weekly, my guy. Just fuck. So, especially with the Black Clover movie, it is exciting that it's coming to like somebody that's not Disney Plus or Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think that's, particularly confidence inspiring with the continuation of the anime. But
I'm gonna choose to be optimistic because that's all I got for Black Clover at this point. The
Yes,
manga just got progressively better, and now we're like, dare I say, as the young folks do, peak Black Clover, like we in a different continent right now. Like we out here. Like people are dead. People are no longer good. Like there have been betrayals. But anyway,
Just like
like
Fate, the Winx
the
Saga.
Winx Saga.
Oh my gosh! Have you ever heard of a triple cross?
Triple agent?
Triple agent of the crossing of. I don't understand the motives of
Yes.
the show, honestly.
It's Hawks.
I love your professional segue there.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to remain on production before we get into the plot that is barely there.
Yes.
So this Fate the Winx Saga has lived in this very strange world of low episode count production. You know, typically a season we're dealing with maybe 10 episodes, maybe 12 episodes. You know, if we're really getting into anime, it's 12 to 13. For a core, because we're professional weeaboos. But a show like this, we have an incredibly low episode count for what they consider a season. 6 episodes in season 1 and 7 episodes in season 2. You know, and they're on the borderline of like 45 minutes, give or take. How do y'all feel about the episode count not being like stretched to a minimum number? Like they're not being you're going to give us 12 episodes and like stretch out the plot to fit that. How do you feel about that idea?
I mean, I felt like the plot was still stretched because each 6th episode was an hour long. So it's like I really rather just prefer the 12-20. But like it did feel like a brain trick that I was getting less bullcrap since it was only 6 episodes, and I was like, okay, I can sit here at like 11 p.m. on a Saturday or 11 a.m. on a Saturday.
I can sit here at 11 p.m. on a Saturday and not go to sleep until
Because you're just that
Sunday
excited to
noon.
watch.
I can sit here at 11 p.m. on a Saturday with some mixed cheddar popcorn and just kind of suffer and then watch an episode of like, you know, Spy Family or My Hero or something good in between the train wreck before I go back to it and just be done. Yeah, you know, shout out to FSU game for being so bad and making me go back to watch Fate. Appreciate that. But yeah, so I felt like the 6 episodes was a good Jedi mind trick to make you think it wasn't as bad as it was.
Okay. I also have to make an argument here that it's not. There is something that makes it bad,
Mm-hmm.
but it's an important delineation. My argument is that the production value of the show
Top tier.
was quality. Look, gorgeous set design, fit the world. The costuming really was interesting and kind of
Fire was dope.
interesting. Yeah, it was the writing and
The
most
actors.
of the acting. Yes, absolutely. That was
Yes.
that was the downfall. And in a
Yes.
show that you need the actors to make you give a fuck about the characters, melodrama, that is problematic.
Oh no, Muse, you're having a rough time. It's just so sad.
Oh,
and-
my God.
Oh my god.
Let me write this in here.
It's okay, Musa. They don't know that you're white.
Oh, Musa, no. Your acting is so good the whole time.
It's strange. It sounds like something else is going on over there in your neck
Sorry.
of the woods. Oh, Musa.
I mean,
Play me a song.
he's
Yep.
typing away. Doesn't
Consent. Okay.
No, not at all.
All right. So it's gorgeous, very cinematic. I still have beef with the transformations. I will never not have beef.
No, they're
that
What
trash.
CG.
transformations? I blinked and I missed it. What happened?
I call bullshit because that shit took like 3 minutes full time.
Well,
Unless
okay,
you're just like
them
black-
transforming, yes, took at least 5 minutes, but them actually being in the transformation lasted less than like 2
Oh yeah,
minutes.
yeah. It was like, click. Yes,
The beam
absolutely.
struggle, and we won. Good job, everybody. I'm like,
EDM remix music.
I was. Can you? Is that in the show notes? Is the music? Please tell me the music is in the show notes. I don't understand the. Whoa, your lights went on. I don't understand the music.
Me
Music.
neither.
Let's talk about music.
Please pick different music. Why does
Who
it
scored this,
randomly
Brett?
have some weird indie? I don't even know what genre
Okay.
of music this is. It's like 5 different genres at once.
I personally
Don't say it.
found the music very fitting until we got to the Taylor Swift song, and I'm
No.
like,
Yeah.
we're in the field with the horses, and it's fucking running free or whatever the song is. I'm like, you had me with the indie rock that fit the vibe of the episode. We're being strategic and interesting with like including lesser known artists or folks like Grimes with the first season. They played another Grimes song this season.
Course,
I
yeah.
only know that because my girl fucking loves Grimes. But yeah, just mixing it up, having not, the basic same pop artists until we got to Taylor Swift, and I was just like, okay, we're I knew we were basic. When we got to the riding horses in the field and frolicking, we were gonna have to be basic.
Let me
And they
tell
took
you.
it a step beyond. Tell me, Kai.
When Wildest Dreams came on, I thought I was like, oh, is my Spotify on or something? Like, where's this coming from? And I was like, pause the TV, and then it stopped. I'm like, no, this shit is happening.
No,
Okay. And the thing that blows my mind, I was like, how much of the budget went into clearing this song? Are you telling me we chose Taylor Swift over like longer fight scenes, over like more fire, over like flying, like over all this? We put the money towards clearing Wildest Dreams, one of Taylor Swift's most popular songs.
and
I was just
I wouldn't-
like,
I
what?
wouldn't be so mad at it or like mad at it. If it
I'm
was,
mad at it.
if they just stuck to their guns, like you said, did the indie rock, rap, whatever, but then here's just random Taylor Swift thrown in. I'm just like, y'all would at least got some respect if y'all kept.
I was like,
kept
I would
the
have
same
preferred
genre.
Little Nas X instead, because at least that would have matched the what the fuck is going on in this. But no, we had to get Wildest Freaking Dreams on horseback in slow mo. I was just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
if there's a season 3, I swear,
Uh,
swear.
and I hate it because we'll get to it, but there's a hook. And it's like, even though this feels like a soap opera,
It's
and-
so
and
dramatic.
it
It's
is.
so dramatic.
And I don't want to want more. But I do want answers. I want to know where the fuck we're going from here. but to get to there, we have to go through all of season 2, which let's get into right now. Okay. The first most kind of fan related excitement thing is we finally get Flora, right? So of the main Winx Club, Fate, the Winx Saga, anyways, of the main Winx Club, we didn't get Flora in season 1. We got a white girl named Tara who was good with plants.
Mhm.
Who was okay, cool, whatever. I'm not hung up on it, but I'm also not the demographic to give a fuck about the show, So like it's not made for me. But this season we do get OG legit Flora. How do you feel about this, Kai?
I was like, yay, we got Flora. I was like,
That's it.
so
That's-
I was like, finally, everybody can shut up about us not having Flora. They listen to the fans or whoever.
One
the
Um,
one, the one,
The
the
one
fan.
fan. And they were like, let's get Flora. I'm like, cool. And I know she's still not portrayed by, African American. She's portrayed by someone from, Spanish descent. But, it's closer. And at the same time, who knows? Flora could have been Spanish. Back then, everybody who wasn't white was whatever. Into the eyes of like that. So
And I think that's one of the like biggest hangups about the casting, because casting hangups. Why? Let's get into this. With Tara replacing Flora in season 1 and she being a white woman for a character that was, coded as African American. To have a white woman replace a black character, it's like, okay, what are we doing? And then we wind up here, instead of having it be a black actor, it's a Latinx actor. Certainly some form of inclusion that we didn't have prior. But also I had seen we had the same kind of hang up with Musa.
Because Musa is traditionally, I think, Chinese, I want to say.
Yeah,
Chinese or Japanese.
Based on Lucy Liu.
Yeah. So she's obviously not that in this. She is. I don't know what she is. Like, she's going through it. She almost came off like kind of Native American to me, and I'm just like, we just were like, whatever happens, happens. And it's weird that we went from Flora to Musa when they're both like going after the same cookie cutter Wonder Bread dude. I'm like, this is the most basic dude.
And that also wasn't a plot point. Like, we got so much bullshit in here, we didn't get to them having a competition over that one character whose name is
Revan.
Revan. Yes. Riven.
Who is
Revan.
Who, like, I feel
Revan?
like in the OG series was like definitely Musa exclusive. Because he was a douchebag.
Yeah, he wasn't fucking Beatrix and the other character. The dude. Yeah.
That was
there was
the weirdest
threesome that was going on. I'm willing to bet.
I didn't. What do you mean willing to bet it happened? It was in front of the camera. I said, "What is happening right now? Why?"
Well, no, I'm.
What
I'm
part
saying
of this is Winx?
In the source material, the three of them weren't fucking. That's all I'm saying. But we got to be edgy, cause I don't know.
They're still in high school, by the way. In this, just saying.
I couldn't tell.
Me neither.
What's the Dennis show?
The Dennis show?
What's the Dennis show?
Oh, Euphoria?
Yeah. We gotta meet the vibe of Euphoria in the most PG way.
I don't know if you can exactly do that without crossing lines, but okay, sure.
You can't, but we can play at the same audience because our characters smoke weed and our characters should have censored sex. And insinuated
who does this
sex.
appeal
Excuse
to?
me.
Technically, it wasn't weed.
Teenager.
It was like a space plant, magic plant.
No, that man
Space
said,
plant.
"I'm smoking weed. Leave me alone."
Yeah. I'm just like, I was amazed that they chose that route. I'm like, you're literally in a magical forest with someone who has plant magic. And you just take the lazy route of the marijuana. Like, it could have been.
I could maybe if they said it's this plant, but I guess from where you're from, it's like weed.
No,
Yeah.
it's because they want to be debaucherous. They also go drink regular alcohol.
But if you have a magical plant, that makes you literally shoot stars out of your face.
But shooting stars out of your face is a whole ordeal. That's an upper, not a downer, my guy. Come on.
See,
but anyways,
I feel like this brings me back to the problem, which is like, okay, there's a stark lack of imagination and I feel like effort put into this story. Like, Winx Saga is one of like the pillars of American French, whoever. Nothing really belongs to America, but it's one of the pillars of like our group's like childhood when it comes to like the magical girl theme. Like, Sailor Moon introduced it, and then we took our take on it with like Winx Club and Witch and all these other shows. And like, there was so much phantasmal and wonder in the OG Winx Club. Like, we were seeing this different stuff. We were seeing pixies. Everybody had a different type of magic that like feed into their personality. Like, it was part of who they were, went into their magic, which is why when they had their power-ups, it meant more. And like, this is just such a stark lack of care that I feel like is placed into the show, which has me so displaced from enjoying it and like disassociated it because it's like going against the core values of the Winx Club that I watched as a kid.
Yeah,
That's my scholarly sentence for the podcast.
I feel like Fate, the Winx Saga, focuses on the wrong aspects of Winx Club in terms of character emphasis and the importance of certain things. It feels like we are only setting these characters up to go through ordeals to come together as a team to get their fucking fairy wing bullshit transformation, just so we can say, "Look at this, we did it," and then that's
Which
it. That's it. And that's
I
not enough. That's not enough for me or anybody else.
Thanks.
I mean, literally, when that eventually does happen, it's just not everybody's there. I'm like, what was the point of
Yeah.
like
Okay. So let's wind ourselves into the plot and talk about all manner of other bullshit that comes up. So, instead of the unburned or whatever it was last season, this season it's blood witches.
ooh,
Yay.
and scrapers.
Yes,
Yay.
blood witches, and they're ungodly worms that can absorb the magic of fairies.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the scariness. And the blood witches are looming. And because Rosalind blew up the last headmaster that everyone cared about, Rosalind is now the new headmaster, and she's running the school like a dictatorship. With Bloom as the the one with the what's it called? The fucking dragon flame?
Yes.
Yeah.
The dragon flame.
Just like what
Dragon
the fuck is
Edgelord.
this Yu Yu Hakusho ass power
Face
up,
to the
man?
darkness.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Dragon of the darkness flame. That's what I'm saying.
I was like, all right, this show is 1,000% redeemable if Bloom just goes fire dragon roar or something. Just as like a fairy tale callback. That'd be fun.
No,
If she
get
just
out of here.
caught some
Fire
more
dragon.
bodies, it would have been more watchable. Like, she just need to catch bodies.
She got one.
One, yeah,
Okay,
one whole
So
That was still wild. I was like, so we really killing this girl? All right.
all right. So plot: blood witches, political drama,
They're not
assorted
even
bullshit.
witches. We're like warlocks, but yeah.
Excuse me. No, they're blood witches, and blood witches do not have to be associated by gender. My guy, did you learn nothing from the message of this show?
The
That's all I'm saying.
wokeness is too much for. Anyways, continue.
Okay, blood witches, they're around. They're stealing magic. And Rosalind is going to find a way to solve that. Which turns into a whole plot. Having 18 months off of this show, I stopped like giving a fuck about the B plot about Sky's like bio dad and also like adopted dad. When we got back into that, I'm like, I know I should give a fuck about this. But I just cannot remember for the life of me why I need to care.
No, and I was like, they're like, we gotta do something about like he's getting Silva's getting hauled away. We gotta do something. I was like, do we have to do something? Is that what we have to do like right now? Won't you guys get in big trouble? What, I don't know.
Which they do get in big trouble. At least
Yes.
one of them does. With I'm trying to bullshit this. What's the
Sebastian? Wait, no. He's
I-
Blood Witch.
the princess that uses light magic?
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Stella.
Stella, yeah.
Stella.
Yeah, Stella gets caught for
Oh, Stella's
going
hard.
invisible. And then she gets like this controlling crystal placed on her. So then she's out, let's say 4 out of the 7 episodes, literally doing nothing other than being friends with Beatrix.
Can you be friends
For
with
now.
Beatrix? Is that a thing?
Beatrix she died in OG. She's dead, by the way. So we're gonna put some respect on her name in this podcast. The only redeemable character, because she's dead.
But I mean, she kind of was partially her fault.
But then you
the
find out
first
what
place.
she did was completely rationalized, because if she hadn't done any of the BS she did, it would have been a lot worse for Sky and everybody involved.
But I mean, she damn near killed Sky.
So
Like, she didn't care if Sky died or not. She was
I didn't
like,
care if Sky
"Zap."
died or not.
So
Like,
did anybody care if Sky died?
I was like, why are you here?
The script said that Bloom was supposed to care if Sky died or not. I didn't see it on their face, but the script called for it.
The script says the audience is supposed to care about this character, so
No.
maybe it'll work out.
Bloom is supposed to indicate that somebody gives a fuck about Sky, but
no one does. Not even Saul.
Man.
But yeah, I mean,
all right.
Shout out to Sky for being
So just plot, just bullshit melodramatic plot. People break up, people get together. Bloom and Sky finally smash, right? Taylor Swift song. They're
Taylor
going
Swift
off
did
to
it,
find,
man.
They're
Taylor
going off
Swift
to
came
find the secret book that translates the blood witch magic that brings in the worms. And then they fuck in the old house. That's it.
Then it gets
Go
set
on,
on fire. Which is like this dude, the main guard whose name I forget, honestly. He just comes in. He's like, I didn't find anything. Set the place on fire. Like, dude, you can't just come in someone else's home and just start burning it to the ground. What the heck? I mean, I guess that's like Silva's house, but
yeah, Andreas. You mean Sky's bio daddy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
not his adopted daddy Saul, but his bio daddy. I'm just mad that like the girl code is being completely like obliterated in this series in a small group because like you letting Sky run the bases, man. Like we gotta stick together. It's strong fairies, sisters before misters.
Bro,
fuck Sky. I mean, don't do that. Yes. I mean, that's what they're doing. But like, Stella was arguably the better. Girl, in my opinion.
No, Stella didn't know herself, and that was fucking up the relationship.
But then he didn't. I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know. I still feel like Stella feels some type of way for him going to Bloom. I don't know.
Absolutely does, and she also still feels some type of way about Sky.
That's why Bloom ain't a real one.
I can't.
That's on Stella for bullshit. But equally,
I mean, she didn't. It's okay if you take. I mean, granted, it's okay for people to break up and for relationships to develop. We're all adults. I'm just saying, like, you knew, like, Bloom knew that Stella was feeling the type of way because they're sisters and magic and whatever. And, like, she still went and did my girl dirty like that? Like, that is worse. She ain't even got the jacket this whole fucking season 2.
The one redeemable thing about this entire show.
Bloom is trash.
I didn't even.
Yes,
the worst trash.
And Bloom, I would argue, Bloom had to be trash this season so we could give some fucking screen time to some other characters. The problem with that is that only happened in B plots and motherfucking episode 7. Like, fuck, man, give me other characters taking the lead for an episode if I'm supposed to care about them. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Bloom and Sky finally smash in Silva's house that is currently being burned down. And this is when I want to get into the only time in which I have to, like, consciously critique the visuals. Like, fuck this fire animation, man. They're just... And you know what? It's not the fire animation's fault.
It was not as bad as in the very last couple of the portal at the end of the series. That thing looked ugly. I hated that. I was like, that effect looks nasty.
I gotta say, my biggest problem with the fire effect is the fucking acting. Because they were just standing on a soundstage, ready to get CG'd around. Like, no, fucking, I don't know.
Like, no, hold on. It's okay.
I have control of this.
I'm literally fire fan.
Yeah, not even hot, not even worried about being sin. It's just like, I'm the dragon flame.
Totally calm, cool. Like, hey, how do we get out of this? They're outside watching, like weirdos. How do we get out of here? Oh, don't worry. It's okay. How are you so calm?
Yeah. Not the greatest, but Yeah,
Trash.
you take what you can get. It's an 18-month turnaround. I'm not a fucking producer here. Okay, I want to touch on a B plot. You ready for a B plot?
Sure.
No.
Okay. We focus on Musa. And Musa's growing into her abilities as an empath, as Kai's sociological sign says that he is. And she's using her powers, now that she's kind of comfortable in them, to remove the intensity of emotions from the people around her without their consent. So the anxiety that Aisha faces, because she's the planner, when they go to break out Silva, she's just like, yoink, give me that anxiety, I'll take it, and you get the mission done. With her boyfriend, he's so angry about how Rosalind is treating her father, and Musa's just like, yoink, give me that anger, I'll take it from you. That's a B plot. Musa using her powers for lack of consent and not realizing it's a problem. And that goes absolutely almost nowhere.
No, like there's no repercussions for that. Like just none.
It gets the relationship to break up. That's the only real purpose. Like, we don't give a fuck about this man going off and trying to murder Rosalind. We give a fuck about, okay, well, we're getting him out of the picture so she can go smash Riven. You know, that's it. That's the whole point of this plot line. Well, that's the whole delivery of this plot line. You know, they could have taken it in the direction that it may have needed to go. But that's all I got. And this is the problem with writing, man. It's plot points happen to get us from A to B. Like, that's it. There's no nuance.
Yeah, like
there's like no breaks.
I don't.
Out of breath. I was out of breath by the end. It's just like,
also
can we have
feel
a break?
like we just live in a constant era of not knowing where we want to be time period wise. Like, are we medieval with like all the horses and like the weaponry from like Sylvan and all that? Or are we like current from them actually living in the current life when they just came here from like wherever they're from? Like, I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, why are all these dudes trash? Like, why
is everyone so horny in the first 3 episodes or whatever?
Why is
I don't
Taylor
even
Swift
know.
playing in the background? Like,
Just
what
so
are we
many
doing?
questions. Just so
What am I
many
doing with
questions.
my life?
Like,
All right.
why are we
Another-
watching 3 High School Musical movies in December?
Why am I unplugging the podcast feed from the internet?
Why am I starting Content Breaker Part 2, formerly known as Content Breaker? On credit. Hire me. Anyway, so yeah, we're
All right, another B plot. Sky kills his bio daddy to save Adopto Daddy from
Didn't
the
care.
Blood Witch possession. Yeah, no. Like, they tried to make us give a fuck about
no emotional
that-
attachment.
Sky's whole deal with his real dad now being his mentor and also being a right asshole.
Gosh.
But yeah, no, it could have been more impactful when he had to kill that man. Like, if that man just gave him a nod, because he was like, do it while I'm still conscious, and then he kills him. If he gave him like a nod, just, you chose right. Whether that's morally right or, logically right, just give me something. Don't just have him fucking croak staring at that man.
It was literally just kind of fell on its face
Awkward.
a little bit. And I don't know, I'm like, are you going for realism here? Because we're not really in that realism realm of we're just like, not everybody's like, oh, I've regained consciousness for all of 2 seconds, do it. And you know what I mean? It was just like, oh, but
Yeah, I feel that it was so awkward. So I'm just like, this pause feels like it's going on for a whole like 5 minutes, and like you said, Kelz, like I needed more of like a shit. Put Taylor Swift there. At least it would have been more like. At least it would have like. You know, if you're gonna spend the money to clear the song, use it more than once. Just be like, wow.
Now we got bad blood.
Like, give me something, man. Like, that was just like, the score was whack, the emotions were whack, everybody's reactions were whack, and he just like, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I heard a thump when his head went back. I'm like, did they really do that? They really put a thump behind. Jesus, man, like, I really need Noragami season 3 from somebody. Like, I'm just saying it for, but yeah, Sky. The guys were written so in the defense of Winx Club, Fate, the Saga, whatever it's called.
Fate, the Winx Saga.
Winx, the
like,
Fate Saga.
In the defense of this, the male characters were dry from the OG Fate. The OG Winx as well. So, not Fate. Fate's very 18-dimensional.
Studio Teen will tell you. 2D.
People die when they're killed. Except Sky, because plot, whatever. But all the guys were just dry in the original Winx as well, I felt like. So, I mean, there was some development, like, towards, like, season 2 or 3 when you figured out their past and whatnot, but, like, they really just showed up to help fight and, like, carry the Pixies when they couldn't fly anymore on their motorbikes, which don't exist.
Yeah, where's like the coolest part of the?
I know. I'm like, where is the whole part of them being knights? Like, what is happening, man? So,
oh no, we have homing arrows. It's like, well, what's the point of an arrow? What are y'all doing? Why even have target practice when you have homing arrows?
Just get blasters, man. Why do we still have swords? Like, what is a sword and do against magic arrows? Actual literal magic. Like, what are you doing? Like, it had to be like a space sword or something. It was a magic sword in the series, which made it useful. Now it's just a sword.
It's to protect against blood magic. People who can't use
the thing
magic.
that hasn't existed for however many years that blood witches have not been around. Yep.
Okay.
Good thing we're training these knights when the blood witches weren't around.
But guess what? When they show up, the knight's still gonna be unprepared.
They show up.
Suck.
Even though
what are we training for? What are we doing? What is the point of it?
We said they're all dead. Let's train non-magic knights with homing arrows. It'll be great.
Only to be trash and not use the devices that they have to kill these people when these people show up. What do I do?
You know, it turns out when you train a bunch of non-magical people to go fight the person that can control, any non-magical person, turns out that's bad news.
Okay. I forgot about that. I literally forgot about that
So
plot.
I'm just tearing the show apart now. I mean, dang.
No, it's trash. It's like,
okay.
It's just like...
Let's
look at my purple PS5 controller.
Ooh, I like it.
It's more interesting than Fate the Winx Saga.
Let's blow through some more plot while we still can. All right. So we get the big reveal of the big baddie, Sebastian, who's kind of this punk bitch who's hanging out with Saul. We think he's a good guy, but secretly he's the main villain of this season entirely because he's like the leader of the Blood Witches. Surprise! And he's like, okay, here's the whole deal. We're going to tie this into Bloom's backstory because fuck, we have to.
We got to have a reason to explain her entire existence. Let go.
And his vibe is like, you're going to give me the dragon flame. You're just going to fucking give it to me and I won't murder the people you love. That's the deal. I thought that this was the only potentially interesting thing in the entire show. Their interactions was okay. We didn't know where it was going. There were stakes on the line but from choosing one option or another. But when I say it's the only interesting part, this is like 17 minutes of screen time over 7 episodes. So, that's fun.
And
over 7 hours.
Maybe it was just me. I was like, okay, he's a bad guy, cool, whatever. I was more interested in the whole of like, oh wait, I don't know if we're getting to this plot point, but at some point homegirl from the head. What's her name? I forget.
Alpha school.
No,
You're not talking about Rosalind. You're talking
not
about the other
Rosalind.
one.
Yeah.
The other one that comes back to life because fuck, we need to have her show up.
Yeah.
All right,
Not
so
Beatrix.
Rosalind is like, we're going to war with the Blood Witches. That's my grandmaster plan. And then, Bloom is like,
Farah.
we're blam, blow you up. And then she goes to trial and gets
Well, hold on. You skipped
Or-
the whole thing of where Sebastian's like, "Did you know that Rosalind killed the previous head
Yes.
mistress?"
yes,
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Rosalind reveals the shit we already know.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know why. She never says why. She gives
Because
a roundabout explanation of why.
No, you can context clues this shit.
Ah.
Anyways, all right, Rosalind gets blown the fuck up. Bloom goes to, I don't know, fairy jail.
Fairy
Gets
tale.
broken out. They go find the fucking whatever it's called, the resurrection seed or some shit. Because
Yeah, the resurrection. Is that a
'cause Flora
resurrection
gets
seed?
smart. Flora gets smart, and it's all like, my plants are, wilting because this thing is absorbing all the magic in the area. And then we get, boom, the headmistress that's totally dead, but her Force Ghost comes back to 1, make us feel better, 2, tell everybody how to fucking transform, and 3, disappear like Master Oogway. Like
That was literally exactly like something out of a video game. Now that you found me, let me have a little cutscene. The truth is, the transformations are inside all of us. Now you've unlocked the transformation spell. Goodbye.
like Vegeta, I've seen him go Super Saiyan. All you mean I have to get touched with both sides of my emotions? I
Also-
finally done it.
I feel like no one cares that Farah was dead. Like, the first headmistress is just like, okay. They're like, oh, cool, we're getting powers. I'm like,
There's no.
how did you
no-
die, headmistress? What happened? Tell us your secrets. Is there anything we should know? Nah. Don't
They-
ask those questions.
Just know
They
you're all
all
important.
At this point, they all know that Rosalind murdered Farah in the graveyard.
But why?
Does she know
Because
what?
it was her grandmaster plan to become headmistress, to take over the fairy world and wage a war against the blood witches.
Yes.
That's such a stupid reason. It doesn't
Yes!
make any sense.
Murder
I
is
mean,
stupid.
political drama.
Is it though? You know what's funny? You realize there's like a since
But the
Zog
rest of
isn't
the
here.
cast doesn't know that.
Since Zog isn't here, I'll do it. There's a Deus Ex Machina in this. And it's Musa. Musa? Sorry, I couldn't say her name correctly out of her being a trash actor. Musa is a Deus Ex Machina. She has the ability to manipulate and control people. And if they just put her in the right spots, boom. No war,
But no.
no hatred.
No,
Mhm.
she doesn't have the ability to control her powers. 2, she loses them before she gains that control. And 3, Rosalind gets blown the fuck up before she could teach anybody about her mind force powers.
But she could have done it.
But she didn't want her powers back.
That was
That's
the.
the whole plot point.
Yeah.
And
She
let me tell
finally
you.
had
oh,
peace and quiet.
yes. No. Okay. That was okay. I guess cool. She could do hand-to-hand combat now because she wants to learn about it. Awesome. Backpedaling a little bit. Funniest death I have ever
Wow.
seen. Sorry. No. She just is. The headmistress, she was just like, aha, I won Bloom, and now I control you, and it's gonna be great. And then Bloom's like, no. And she's like, well, maybe I was wrong. Kaboom. Funniest. I laughed out loud when that happened. That was the funniest part of the whole show to me. It was just like, maybe I was wrong. Kaboom.
That was comical. I was like, okay.
It was comical. I was like, was that supposed to not be funny? Because that was hilarious.
That was
Kai,
a serious moment. Yes.
to your Zog impression, I would say that my argument for a more accurate impression would be Bloom had this MacGuffin that just fucking took our powers away because we needed to get more fucking characters on screen. Like, for what? For fucking, 64 minutes more runtime? Like, and just to have a big old beam struggle at the end that does fucking nothing other than have us transform? Like,
Bleach did it better.
The biggest letdown of the entire thing. I was like, maybe they'll have just a little bit more of like magical fights.
No,
No.
that's all I wanted. We had to clear Taylor Swift's Strange. We only had $200,000
you have
to
this
work
guy.
with after that.
He is the avatar of magic at this point. He has every type of magic in existence. And you mean to tell me all he did was put up a bubble shield?
No, he doesn't have every type of magic.
He has a lot of types of magic. You know what I mean?
Fair.
He collected a lot. Like, all he did was like, force field. Oh, guess what? I guess it's nothing compared to the power of friendship and beams.
Well, you got to keep in mind that this show fucking sucks. So
I know, but I was looking forward.
The writing is unfortunate.
Yes, the writing is unfortunate, and
okay. Yeah,
I just wanted the burnt ones to like show up and just be like, "We're here too." Why? We had, I don't know,
Minecraft zombie noise. They just show up out of nowhere.
All right, let's get into this. Fucking everything goes off the rails. It's the climax.
Did we have rails to begin with?
Yes, we presumably did.
Very thin rails.
At this point, yeah, we're going off them. We get the climax of this season. Bloom has been suckered into, with the passion of love, to give away her dragon flame to Sebastian, using the MacGuffin that they found earlier when they were trying to combine their powers to give Musa her magic back, because fairies are like a battery.
Did you know? Fun fact.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Yes, absolutely. So he's using this to like transfer the dragon flame from one to another. Beatrix rolls in and it's like, I'm gonna kill that man hanging up in the sky because I'm here to save the world, not his ass. So she zaps Sky, presumably putting him on the precipice of death. And that makes Bloom freak the fuck out. Go, bruh. To which she uses up more power than she has. And that's a problem because she can't do it twice. But that's when the Winx Saga, or the rest of the fucking
the
suite.
Winx Club.
Yeah, the Club of Winx shows up.
3 of them.
The 3 of them.
Only the 3. No.
They roll in and they're like, we're here to help. And then they all 3 fucking transform.
So dope.
This shit gave me Digimon PTSD, man. Just fucking, we're sitting here, we're spending 3 minutes on every single character. Like, just, all right, here's my power up. Here is me twirling around so we can have some CG. Not even a fucking outfit change. We're just like, twirly do. Here's my midriff. Here's my boots. Here's my arms. Here is my, like, hairdo. Boom, I got wings out the back of me that are not particularly fucking interesting. And then we just take all that time to slap these motherfuckers back in the real world. And it's like, I had this problem with the transformation scene in season 1. I still have this problem with the transformation scene in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
This is so outside of the scope of reality for this kind of storytelling that it's just like, did you really give me a motherfucking transformation scene and think that was the singular key point that made this fate for the club, fucking whatever this show is actually called? That's the singular thing you kept from the original, was the anime fucking oh my god.
Well, I wonder because I don't did Bloom have a transformation sequence?
No,
Who
because
knows?
she ran out of power in season 2.
Well, no, I'm wondering if they're like, no, it's only like a first time thing. Only first time you get a whole transformation sequence where everybody stands around and watches.
okay. Season
After
1.
that, you just turn it on. It's like,
Yes, actually, I think that may be the case because we do
I'm
see
wondering if
Bloom
that's-
break it out.
I'm wondering if that's what they're
I don't
doing.
know. I really fucking hope so. If there's a season 3, do not show me this shit more than once. Thank you.
Especially for nothing. Like, also, where the fuck was Tara? Did we get explained where she was or what happened, or do we just accept that she wasn't here?
Tara was in the
No, she
final
was there.
3.
Yeah.
She was in season
Well,
2?
Bruh, there was a whole
Yes.
B plot about her coming out as gay.
Oh yeah, she had a girlfriend. Okay, see, completely forgot.
Okay, we can bring this up. Okay, so 33 seconds. Excuse me. Okay, it's time to get into this shit.
Mhm.
How the fuck? Okay, whatever. Cool. We got a character that's coming out as homosexual. Great, interesting. I think that's a very interesting story to tell, especially in a way to engage with how people interact with their friends and whatnot. Whatever. Great, awesome. My hang up is the crush that she had,
Dude.
admitted to having a girlfriend, and then that doesn't matter like 2 episodes from now. We don't get any story. Like when she goes and presents the snails as a gift, the girl's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You're so awesome. But I just got back with my girlfriend. And it's like, okay, the rejection. Damn. But then like episode 7, we get, oh my god, you're the savior of the universe. Fuck my old girlfriend. Like, what the fuck kind of plot are we telling here, story?
Oh no, man. I don't know
For the streets,
what's
bro.
happening. For the streets, facts.
But the streets.
I ain't gonna lie. Sorry to Tara, but I forgot she existed. Cause like her and
Flora?
no, Aisha. Like they didn't really
Aisha,
do.
yeah.
They didn't really do a lot. Forgot they were here. Definitely forgot because I was so. Even though Bloom wasn't the focus, she was still like the focus. And then we had the Stella and Musa stuff, and then all the Blood Witches, and then all the dudes who we had to throw in here and be like, "You were here the whole time, King." Like, okay, so I legitimately just felt like the Winx group was not the front focus of this, which I guess is fine. Oh my god, I just realized the saga has 3 parts, so damn. There'll probably be more of this. 3 arcs make up a saga. So
Is that how that works?
yeah, that's how.
I thought
He's
Well,
that's how that makes up
not
a trilogy.
wrong.
I know I'm not wrong. 3 sagas or
No,
3 arcs make up a
just-
saga. Traditionally,
Hold on. Saga definition.
okay.
A long story of heroic achievement, especially a medieval prose narrated in Old Norse or Old Icelandic.
Look up how
How
A
many
long,
cool.
involved story.
How cool would it have been if this took place in like Vikings and Iceland and they just did magic? Come on.
That would have been probably somehow worse than this. I don't trust
What?
them to make
No.
anything. Like, we probably would have had, like, Bloom stand up with her fire and be like, for the fjord! And just, like, run into, like, a thing. And then he's just like, taking violence. You're a happy Viking. You're happy.
Yo, imagine if this was Vinland Saga, though.
Oh, my God. That would be...
Significantly
dope.
better time.
See,
bet,
the thing...
yeah.
It would be dope. Like, anything other than this, I feel like would be dope. I feel like... Do you think this left room for more? Since it is...
I mean, if we talk about the final plot point.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about the final flop
Final
point.
flute.
The flapping, flying flamingos that flew.
Okay, so Sebastian's bullshit plan left the portal to the underworld, which is fucking gaping open
Gaping.
in the school. And so Bloom has to go close it, just like her mom did, because we find out through this show we're supposed to give a fuck about her mom, and her mom was the holder of the dragon flame before Bloom. To which
Pikachu face.
she gave the dragon flame to Bloom,
Black-
went into the portal, and then closed the goddamn door. So that's what Bloom does this time. She leaves Sky on the other side of the portal, to which this man's like, I don't want to leave you. I won't let you go. And then lets her go. No, go with her into the underworld. Face hell together. Like,
Be about
no.
it. Be
Yes.
about it.
That's what I'm saying.
but that'll leave drama open for when Bloom gets back, and then
I
Sky
know.
already moved on to another.
The
girlfriend.
third member
Oh,
of the group.
she going back to Stella. That's gonna be the plot. God damn! Stop telling me the story of season 3. You're hitting it on the nose. But Bloom goes into the underworld, seals the portal, and then sneaks up on this random ass house that happens to hold her random ass mom.
You know what?
And she turns around. And it's like, Mom, and end show, just fucking done.
Mother. Also, the underworld looks very pretty. What's up with that?
Yeah, man, I would expect demons.
Guys
and-
scooped up
and
my
fire.
guts.
The dark world. The
No one heard
place
that.
of unhappiness. Wow, it's so bright and colorful. There's grass everywhere. It's like we're in a Viking town.
You got a cozy ass domicile. My God.
Also, Sky scooped out my guts to Taylor Swift.
We shouldn't have watched Ritsukadoji. The phrase,
When-
"Pooped
when he
out
was
my
like-
gut." Like, holy shit.
If you want to know what they're talking about, go watch Your Typical or listen to Your Typical Shonen Protagonist. Look it up
And
on the
do-
podcast stuff.
Do not watch Ritsukadoji. But yeah, no. All I'm saying, Kai, if you could clear that license, wouldn't you?
Who knows, man? If they were like, hey, we can give you, probably. No, if they were like, we can give you any song you want to this scene, I would do Gangster's Paradise to honor the late Coolio. And also, that would have been such a more fire moment if you were just like, blah, 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 and walk through the valley. Yeah, see? Or
I get it,
give me,
'cause she's a fire fire fairy.
Fire.
Yes.
Ninja.
or you know what? Give me like Temperature by Sean Paul. Like, give me that. What? That's, maybe expect the AMV on the channel from Faith the Winx Saga.
Mm.
Yes!
For Sean
Yes! Give it to me! Let's get closed down for something fun. I love it.
But seriously, man, if you want to watch this show, just watch something else. It's simple. Like, I mean, like,
Okay. My argument here is that's how they get you with the low episode count. Right? It's not that good. But it's a low cost of entry. Like, the amount of time you have to invest in this is not a lot. The time could be spent doing other more productive things, but
very much so.
not, fucking 300 episodes to just get this kind of disappointment.
Yeah, true. At least the disappointment was very, like, compact. It wasn't like a Centaur World where that was like 12 episodes of what's happening, or that Aruno Sora freaking, no, that's not the name. I gotta be careful when I say that name. The basketball anime where everybody just died and they didn't win a single game. That was the most disappointing anime I've watched.
Wow.
But like, okay, everybody, say one good thing about Fate the Winx Saga before you close it out. I'll go first. You could
okay.
tell that this was a production. Like, this was not a production.
Some kind of
re-
money was spent.
I feel like, no, their acting didn't get better. I feel like they were more cinematic in their intentions to film this season. Execution-wise, probably not, but intentions, very much so. R.I.P. the jacket.
Never be another one. I thought the locations were cool. I just kind of wish there wasn't a gray filter put on top of everything. Maybe that would make
How
it
else would
better.
you know they're magical witches?
No, there's a gray filter on top of everything. It's like sad.
Yeah, it's like Salem. It's witchy, like Hocus Pocus or
It's about
Scooby Doo Witch
fairies.
Doctor movie.
Fairies.
Fairies are witches. We're doing with blood elves. What was that? I already
Yes,
forgot.
blood elves. I like that.
Blood witches,
Blood
yeah.
witches. Blood witches.
Yeah, see? Witches, yeah.
Blood bending.
Okay.
Blood.
Speaking of bending, I really like that Fate the Winx Saga follows along the same CGI lineage of the Last Airbender.
True,
When
it's
we
hard.
see Aisha kind of floating along that ball of water, I get very much M. Night Shyamalan's waterbending.
Okay. Oh, I also like in the CGI when they made the wings during their transformation in the final fight against the Bubble Sebastian. I really liked how all the wings were proportionate, not to their bodies, but to each other. They were all the exact same size, not accounting for their bodies at all. So they looked totally weird.
I really love how the plant wings were like, I don't know, just green energy instead of like
Yeah, green
actual
energy.
fucking plants, you know.
Stella
I
was
wanna
the
hang
only one that looked good. Her
No, I
transformation.
did like Stella's
She was the
wings.
only one. I was
Yeah.
like, I guess this is why we took her out for 4 episodes so she could get ready for the transformation.
Beatrix's best character, even though it was a fucked up ride.
Yeah, she's the best character because she's not there anymore. So I agree.
But until next season, when her sisters come in, ooh,
Oh yeah, she had siblings. Holy shit, the
was the whole
Beatrix
thing.
family's gonna come back.
And find out their oldest child is dead. It's crazy.
oh no, our sister's dead. Let's revive her because whatever. And it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, I've seen that anime. It doesn't end well.
Earth, wind, fire, and air. Na, 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 na. We should just watch the Hex Girls. That would have been better.
Hex, the Fate Saga.
Hex.
All right, so thank you for coming along for the ride of Fate the Winx Saga Season 2, gentlemen.
What a ride.
I can't wait for Season 3 so we can finally end our peril.
I feel that.
Hopefully that'll be the end of it.
I hope so, man, because we're probably gonna watch it. But eventually, we gotta watch like a actually good Pixie anime. So let's watch Witch one day. That's a cartoon, but you know what I mean.
One day. Not just put it on the list if we keep going long enough before we lose members.
We'll be
It'll
fine. We'll make it.
Speaking of lose members, don't listen to the other show, Your Typical Shonen Protagonist, when we covered Urutsuki Doji with Cam. Unwise. All right. Fate the Winx Saga. I'm glad we're done for this season, and I'm excited for more. That's my one problem. It's like you're going to end with this information. You're going to end with the reveal of the mother existing, and now I'm like, fuck you. In the last 7 episodes, I'm hooked. I want to know what happens in season 3. Like, fuck, man. Someone knew how to write something.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. But that's
I
a
have no
problem
hope.
for later us here on
Yes.
Content Breaker. You can catch all of our episodes on all your podcatchers, talking Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Podcast, or YouTube at Content Breaker, or Twitter, Instagram as well, Content Breaker. Gentlemen, y'all have stuff too.
Yes, you can find me at Static Dreads on Twitter. Please stop all these bots following me. Yeah, that's at Static Dreads with a Z. So come out and check it out and party with your hearty.
Excuse me. And you can look for me. Just look for Strangely Entertaining on Twitch and YouTube. Where on Twitch I will stream Tuesdays 9 p.m. Hopefully trying to find a different time to stream. And you can find my Twitter from there.
Excellent. And catch the other project at Your Typical Shonen Protagonist. All your weeaboo needs. Catch you next week for more Content Breaker.
High School Digs D.
Oh yeah.